So I got my hair cut. Got my hair cut yesterday, and I'm at that stage now because I'm trying to grow out like the top and all that, and they're whatever. So just be aware over the next couple months. I'm not really sure what my hair's doing, but it'll end up somewhere, or else I'll just get frustrated halfway through and just cut it all off again. I don't really know. Does that seem straight? Does that seem straight to you? That seems straight to me, right there. This is the Apexel FL23. They call it the 3-in-1 iPhone lens clip with patented fill light. It's tiny little box. What does it say about one review? One review on their website. 5 stars though, you know. Looking at the pictures, I'm trying to figure out how I guess it just mounts. You just clamp it on, just almost like you would just a standard like iPhone mount that you would mount to a tripod, you know. Looks like it's just basically one of those kind of clamps, iPhone or smartphone clamps, mounts, whatever you want to call it. Just they've added a light to it. Selected high brightness lamp beads, 95 plus high color rendering, professional beauty macro photography. Now again, you know what? I think if you're using your smartphone as your primary camera, extra light is always good because they really do. Smartphones, you know what? They always show how good they do in daylight. But let's be honest, once you start getting the light goes down, then they start to suffer. And with like the newer, especially iPhones, they have these really cool macro modes, or maybe you're using like a third-party macro lens. And of course, once you get close to something, if you have a light that's kind of off the top or off, then you start casting shadows. And of course, the shadows are interfering with the macro photography that you're doing because the light is actually getting shadowed by the actual phone. So something like this could come in handy. So we have tried some of their like lenses and lights before. Actually, the Apex light upstairs in our little office studio that we shoot up there on occasion, they are the Apexel little lights. They're tiny, but they work fine, and they don't take up a lot of space, which is good. So let's crack open this box and put it on my phone and see what it's like. Okay, right now you're looking at like $30. $30. I'm guessing that's, well, it says Canadian. It says up at the top, $30 Canadian. Now that would equate to what in the old US? $22. So that's very reasonable for even just a tripod mount that has a light on it. That's all right. This is it. So you do get, well, you get a lovely box. It's a lovely box. You get a manual. It's a nice fold-out manual. I like that they give you a fold-out manual so the fonts can be a little bit bigger. It does have a series of languages, as you can see at the top of the page there. There's your, yes, of 6 languages, it seems. And you have a little bit of, I guess, what everything is and does, etc., etc. Really, what I care is that, how does it work? How does it function? Are you going to get a fair bit of light? We shall see. You do get a little bag, which is nice. We always appreciate a little bag. 3M. These are little, I don't know what these are. Little 3M stickery things. Okay. You get a USB-A to USB-C. That's going to be for charging this. And basically, like I said, this looks to be basically, see? Yeah, it's basically a phone clamp, right? A phone mount that you would use, which I actually use a lot. So this could be handy. If you're going to be using one, you might as well use one that has a light in it. It does have, I don't know what that's for. Doesn't really show in there either. No, but you get a bunch of buttons. So let's pretend this is my phone. We're not pretending this is my phone. This is my phone. I don't know if there's any power. This would, just make sure you don't get the buttons. It's nice because it is large enough. You guys can see that there, right? It's large enough to use with a pretty thick case, which is good. There's your charger, right? Your USB-C right there. You do get a cold shoe that you could put at the top. Now, I don't know if you were shooting, not that it probably matters. I was going to say you probably, you know, you don't, it won't stretch big enough to mount it this way, but really you don't want it to mount that way because for one, you'd block this camera if you were blocking it, and you'd block those cameras. So you don't want that anyway. So this is the way you're going to do it. As you can see here, there's your power button, and my guess is like a little mode button or go through it. So there's only 2 buttons on it, which is plenty. Yes. So you can put it this way if you're using the front facing camera or the camera facing you, or of course, if you're going the other way, you could rock it that way. Now, if you are rocking it that way with the case, it doesn't fit at least with this case, it's not fitting as nicely, right? I'd have to kind of organize it a little bit to kind of make sure that it'll do it. You just have to make sure you get it in there just perfectly flat. I guess, yeah, that's fine. It just went in on an angle. So, yeah, just make sure you push it down and then let it clamp. Okay, so now we have, ready? We're just going to do it this way. We're going to hold the power button down. I'm hoping I have some power. I do have power. Oh, yeah, see, that's nice. You know? I don't know if you guys can, yeah, you can tell that for sure. So you have that, which is good. And then I'm guessing if you tap on it, yeah, so if you tap on it, you have just your more bluish light, your cool light. You go to your more yellowy light. Just it is what it is, right? Depending on like your room temperature, your color temperature. And then you have the mixture of both, which I also would guess that if you had this, that it would be, this is probably the one I would use, but you probably get the most amount of light because it's firing up all the actual LEDs. And then you have this other little button, which is the up and down. So yeah, that's bright. It doesn't have a huge change, but it is. I can't, she feels like it's like three levels. Ready? A little brighter, a little darker, a little brighter, a little brighter, a little darker. Yeah, so 3 levels, I'd say. And then you'd hold this to turn it off. That's wonderful. I would, you know what? I would carry this around. You just want to make sure it's down far enough to not be blocking any of your lenses. But for sure, I would, if you're someone that shoots with an iPhone, then I would say extra light is going to be better. Now, there's nothing to say that you still can't use your existing light on here and this to get a double dose of light. But if you were shooting oh, I bet you that's what that's for. You're shooting macro, right? You're shooting macro. So you move that up over the lens that you're shooting, and you can move this. Aha. So then, depending on the lens you're using, yes, which I think it's that one. Let's say I'm doing this, okay? And I turn my light on. Yes. I go into my macro-y mode. Yeah, see? Because I'm there. You guys may be able to see that. I'm getting like awesome light. See my macros on right there? Like I can get nice and close. And I get a nice light because the actual camera is not, or the phone is not blocking the light source. Ready? Yeah, that's cool actually. That's nice. I like that for sure, because if I turn this off just so you can see the difference. Right? There's what it is normal, very dark, and then you turn this on. Oh yeah. That's cool. Now if you use your ultra wide, you are going to start to see the actual ring on it. But that's not what that's for. This is for using the macro, because other than that, it doesn't really matter where this is. You could just move your phone back down into the center so that it's not around any of the cameras. Okay, that's even cooler now. I like that. All right, guys, this is the Apexel FL23 3-in-1. 3-in-1. I'm not. What is the 3? I guess it's just 3. What are the 3-in-1s? Does it say what the 3-in-1s are? I don't know. It's a light or phone mount, or I don't know, another light, I guess. A macro light, maybe. Either way, yeah, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. And that's it. I'll put links to Apexel's website. And if I can find it on Amazon, I will put links to it there, because for 20 bucks US and 30 bucks Canadian, it's a good deal. I think it's kind of cool. All right, guys. Links down below. And I'll see you tomorrow. Or the next day. In November, I'm kind of doing every second day because I'm so busy. So busy this month. All right, guys. I'm out. Later.